Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'll be touching on how you can use the SingPass app to log in into SigniFlow signing platform. For a start, please pardon the background because today I'm working from home. Okay, but nonetheless, let me introduce you to our partner SigniFlow, and I will touch a little bit more on SigniFlow's history, a little bit of background, what they do. All right, so without further ado, let's move on. All right, so I'm Chloe, I'm from GlobalSign, and today I have a very special guest with me, Leon Vandenmeva from SigniFlow. He is the Group CIO of SigniFlow. All right, so allow me to introduce a little bit of background story and history of SigniFlow. Okay, so in 2012, PBSA began investigating the use of cryptography to secure documentation, a journey that would take down a path of innovation and discovery. Securing physical paper with encrypted barcodes quickly turned into embedding a personal cryptographic signature on an electronic document. Okay, the need to add a workflow engine to the mix so that multiple people could sign a single document resulted in the birth of SigniFlow Beta in 2014. Born in sunny South Africa, SigniFlow advocates paperless business in the interest of optimal efficiency, productivity, and security. Ironically, SigniFlow grew out of the industry that was built on paper a century ago. Today, SigniFlow is an international software product developed and owned by a South Africa-based customer communication company, PBSA. SigniFlow was first conceived in 2012 when PBSA started investigating the use of cryptography to secure documentation. Well, we say PBSA, but SigniFlow was really a proverbial geek in the garage, rustling up software that will one day change the world's story. And in a way, that is what SigniFlow has done. Fast forward 7 years, SigniFlow's digital signature solution is saving businesses from going under the sea of upheaval and uncertainty that is COVID-19. Okay, so to keep up with the global trend and demand, GlobalSign and SigniFlow have been working very closely together to provide a robust solution for different industries by using GlobalSign's public trusted certificate and SigniFlow's digital signature solution. And thanks to a long-standing partnership, GlobalSign and SigniFlow, we can offer customer solutions that take ease of use to the next level while maintaining the highest levels of security. Okay, so with an acute focus on identifying and authenticating external signatories to ensure non-repudiation, we are happy to announce that all SigniFlow users can now easily and seamlessly verify their identity by logging into SigniFlow using SingPass. So what does SigniFlow's integration with SingPass mean for you? In line with Singapore's National Digital Identity Initiative, SigniFlow has integrated with SingPass to enable businesses to streamline their processes and authenticate signatories. Verify customers' identity verification in electronic sense, also called identity proofing or vetting, is used to confirm an identity where the individual is not standing before you to show you some sort of picture ID. So users can now verify their identities before signing documents by using the SingPass login onto SigniFlow's login page. All right, so maybe not everyone is very familiar with SingPass. So what is SingPass? Okay, launched in March 2003, Singapore Personal Access or SingPass allows users to verify their identity and transact with over 60 government agencies online easily and securely. Managed by Singapore's Government Technology Agency, the The SingPass system is reviewed regularly with ongoing security enhancements taking place to ensure a highly secure SingPass service is delivered to all users. Okay, and moving on to digital signature, since we are in SigniFlow is in the business of digital signatures. So what is it? Okay, so you need a digital certificate to digitally sign a document. So digital certificates can be used for a variety of use cases, including SSL and email encryption. But for simplicity's sake, we will just take a look at how they will fit into document signing use cases. Okay, so you can think of a digital certificate as kind of a virtual passport for yourself, okay, a way of proving your identity in online transactions. Just as like our driving school, they need to verify your identity before issuing you a driver certificate, driver license, right? A third-party verification entity known as the certificate authority needs to vet you before issuing a digital certificate. Since your certificate is unique to you, using it to sign a document is a way to prove that, say, yes, it's really me that's signing this particular document. Okay, so much like digital certificates are the online equivalent of a passport. Okay, digital signatures are the online equivalent of a notarized signature. And in this case, the certificate authority serves as the notary in terms of verifying your identity, while trusted timestamp verifies the date and the time the signature was applied. Okay. So what are the benefits of using a digital signature as compared to a pen and paper, a physical pen and paper, right? So when you apply a digital signature, a cryptographic operation binds your digital certificate and the data being signed, like in the case of a PDF or a Microsoft Office document, into one unique fingerprint. The uniqueness of the two components of the signature are what makes digital signatures a viable replacement to ink signatures. So let's take a look at the benefits. Okay, so first up, authentication. Okay, so it provides you with authentication. So since your third-party validated certificate was used to apply the signature, recipients know that it's actually you who signed it. Okay. Secondly, non-repudiation. Since your certificate was used to sign a document, you cannot later claim that it wasn't you who signed it. Okay. So it also supports message integrity. When the signature is verified, it checks that the data in the document matches what was in the signature when it was applied. Okay, even if there's a slightest change in the original document, it will cause the check to fail. Okay, so both authentication and non-repudiation, they are unique to the signer. Okay, and message integrity, they are unique to the document itself. All right. So I get a lot of questions from people about the differences of between e-sign and d-sign, which is electronic signature and digital signature. Okay, so first up, for electronic signature, it's very much like a physical. You take a physical pen and a paper and then you sign on it, but anyone can actually forge that signature, right? So electronic signature is a simpler version of a digital signature. So the electronic signature will consist of a document and a signature. So basically just pen and paper, basically. Okay. So what is a digital signature and what makes it so powerful? Okay. So you have your document. It comes with your certificate. Okay. So that's been verified by a certificate authority. Okay. And that you have been verified. Okay. So it verifies that it's you, and because you have this virtual passport that is binded with you, right? So in a way, it proves your identity. All right. So This will be a live demo. Okay, so after explaining all the differences between electronic signature and digital signature, which Leon will actually explain more on the features later on in the presentation. For now, I would actually be conducting a live demo on how you can log in into SigniFlow with your SingPass app. So now I'm going to show you how easy it is to log in into SigniFlow signing platform using SingPass. Okay, so I would like to add that this is the first platform in Singapore that allows you to do electronic signatures and digital signatures with the SingPass integration. Okay, so I will also put up a view on the side here to show you my phone screen. Okay, so all you have to do is go to the document that the requester sent you. From here, Leon has sent me a document. So all I have to do is click Open Document. Okay, and then choose the SingPass login. All right, and then all I have to do is to scan the QR code. Okay, and then there'll be a date and a time. Click yes, enter your password, and then I've logged in. Okay, so you have not signed up with SigniFlow before, you will actually come to this registration page where you have to key in your first name, your last name, and then register. Once it has been loaded, okay, you come to the document itself. Okay, so click sign here. So that's it. Okay, you have signed a document and it has been sent forth to the next signer, or if it has been completed, then the requester would actually see that all signatures are completed, and there you have it. You have a signed document. So that was the demonstration for the SingPass login. It is as easy as it looks. All right, so without further ado, I would like to invite Leon from SigniFlow to present to you on the features and of SigniFlow signing platform. And over to you, Leon.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to all of our attendees at this webinar today. I'm really excited to have you online, and hopefully to get you onto our platform soon. Chloe, thanks for the introduction, and definitely thanks for the background. Very good summary of our electronic and digital signing and how it works. There's still a lot to learn. A lot of the technology is proven but still new. And there's a lot that you need to consider before you buy a signing application. We were very excited 8 years ago when we partnered with GlobalSign in terms of ensuring that our signatures are top-notch in terms of security, in terms of cryptography and encryption. And we're equally excited today to bring you SingPass, which is really another tick box within the overall list of things that we need to be compliant with. So we work with many different government and even private institutions worldwide that are bringing a higher level of trust to the digital world. SingPass has certainly done a very good job in ensuring that we can increase the level of trust when we are dealing with your average consumer. So why is it important that a company like SigniFlow looks at technologies like SingPass, and how can that really enhance our offering? Well, the answer is simple. If we look at the reason why we sign documents in the first place, we sign documents. And when I say sign, I mean when you apply your signature to a document, either, in the old days, we put ink to paper, and then it sort of moved on to electronic signing. And today we use digital signatures. And when we sign a document with a signature, why do we do that? And if we're going to do it, we need to do it properly, or why do it at all? The reason why people sign documents to this day is that we need to bind someone to that message. The message that's within the contract is an electronic message in today's world, and we need to bind a human being to that message. That person needs to agree to the terms, he needs to agree to sign, he needs to agree that he's in agreement with what that contract or that document then contains. And if we cannot prove who it was that signed at the other end, well, then we're failing. We're failing in the highest levels of non-repudiation, meaning that if this document has to go to court and we cannot prove that the person was part of the signing ceremony, what value would that document then at the end of the day have in court? So we need to have absolute surety that the documents that we signed uses as many technologies as what's humanly possible to ensure that we know exactly who signed, where they were when they signed, what tracking information we can possibly have, and what other information like an IP address or a geolocation, a password, a mobile SMS or a Active Directory or an LDAP or a OAuth or a SAML2 or all the other identity technologies that makes part and parcel of our multi-factor authentication stack. And SingPass is definitely another one within that. And we see it as a big growing technology worldwide, where your especially government identity providers are stepping up and saying, we know our citizens and we're going to ensure that we are creating a digital platform which makes it easy for our citizens to participate in electronic transactions, and that we can do so with a high level of trust that that person who signed there, sitting on the other side of a mobile device or sitting on the other side of a laptop computer or whatever device they are on, that we are pretty certain that that person is exactly who they say they are. And there are different technologies and different ways of getting there, some better than others, but certainly a great step ahead in terms of technology and in terms of imposing that trust within the electronic workspace. Right, so my job is here today to tell you more about SigniFlow, our signing application. SigniFlow is not just a signing application. We certainly started out 8 years ago as a signature engine. We still do that today. So there are many signature providers that actually use us as a signature engine within their signature applications. So we do low-level cryptographic digital signing. We do things like HSM as a service. All these sort of low-level, very cryptographic, very technical integrations into any third-party application that can maybe already sign, but we enhance the way in which they sign. And it's really in that the difference lies between SigniFlow and just about every other electronic or digital signature platform that you will find in the world. SigniFlow does things just a little bit different. And in doing those difference is that we sign every document, every signature, as though that document is going to end up in a court of law. Now, we basically have moved on. So I'm going to use our website, signiflow.com. You are more than welcome to go and visit this website at any time. And you can go and read more about the things that I'm just going to quickly touch on for you today. So our first and core business within the SigniFlow stack is digital signatures. Now, there's little use for a digital signature if I can't send it to someone, if I can't sign, if I can't track it, and if I can't manage those documents. So within the technology and within the platform, SigniFlow has done a tremendous job in building a very, very competent workflow engine that you can track your documents, you know at all times with who it is, and when they apply their signature, you've got the surety that it's always done at the highest level of trust that is possible for that specific signer. And for instance, within Singapore, that specific trust or the addition of that trust could be then the SingPass. Right, let's quickly speak about data and privacy data and where you would want SigniFlow to be. So SigniFlow globally have got various different deployments within the Microsoft Azure infrastructure, which is effectively then where our cloud solutions live. We are essentially a cloud solution, so you can very easily just sign up for our solution and use SigniFlow as a straightforward cloud offering or software as a service offering. These different regions that we operate in are all segregated or separated, split from one another. We've got infrastructure throughout Africa, Asia Pacific, Europe, South America, United Kingdom, and then also United States. Now, the significance of this, and probably one of the largest factors that we are very, very different than most of our competitors, are the fact that you can localize SigniFlow just about anywhere. If you look at, for instance, within Malaysia, we are in the Alibaba cloud, or within Singapore, we sit within the Azure, and you can subscribe to that, knowing that your documents and your information will never leave Singapore. But you can go one step further. So even though there's a huge drive towards getting data into the cloud, and organizations are adopting to the cloud, we also understand that not all organizations are fully ready to trust the cloud 100%. And for that reason, we've made the SigniFlow hybrid servers available to customers that want to take that step further in terms of localizing the solution. You can install SigniFlow within your server room, within your own data center, or you can then put it within any public data center that you want it. So whether you use our cloud or your own data center or your own server room, SigniFlow finds its home within any of those environments very, very easily. And a further advantage of that is as soon as you spin up a SigniFlow hybrid server, you've got the additional capabilities of changing the way that server looks. So you can really adapt the SigniFlow solution, the login screens, the system itself, with your own corporate identity. And whether you go in a very complicated type of design or a much more simpler design, it's really up to you what you want your users to see. It is very important if I walk into a BMW branch, I want to buy a BMW motor vehicle, I'm expecting to receive documentation from BMW. Now, receiving an email from SigniFlow almost makes no sense, and it puts me a little bit on the edge as to who is this. But by receiving a really beautiful email that is constructed by BMW and it comes from BMW, I'm quite easily to give away my private information, to log into the system, to use my SingPass, whatever the case may be, and to then sign that document. Also thereby then uplifting the professionalism of your business itself using the SigniFlow hybrid offerings. Okay, so next, let's just go look at a few of the trust indicators that exist within a PDF that was signed by GlobalSign and SigniFlow solution using a DSign. So this is a digital signature solution, so you'll find that the signatures on the document by 3 different individuals was signed using the digital certificates. So I'm not going to go into too much details about the certificates. You're more than welcome to speak to SigniFlow or GlobalSign in terms of the requirements and different types of certificates that are available. So this document was signed by 3 different individuals, and you'll see on the top level there it signs and all signatures are valid. there's a green tick. There's a green tick next to each name, which indicates that first of all, this document has not been altered at all. You cannot, as soon as you try and change the document or you alter any information in the document, then that would be visible, making this document fully tamper evident. Other parts of the embedments that are important is the timestamp. So this document includes an embedded timestamp. So GlobalSign is a TSA or a timestamp authority, and when you sign a document, for every signer that signs the document, a timestamp of that specific event, that specific signature is timestamped. This is very important, especially for non-repudiation. Again, if this document has to go to court, we can prove exactly at what time each signer signed the document. And we can also prove the sequence in which this document was signed. There are additional information within the signature itself. So if I open the signature, and I'm not going to show you all of the information, just what is really important is that we embed the person's name, their email address. If there were any identity information, we will embed that within the certificate itself. We will also embed the location. So this is the geolocation on Google Maps as to where the person was when they signed the document. Additional properties within this is the revocation. So we can see sort of that the signature was valid at the time of signing, which goes hand in hand with the long-term validation. So we can, even if this document has to be checked in 10 or 20 years from now, the document will look back at this embedment, the OCSP embedment, and it will tell us whether the document was valid at the time of signing, even though the certificate by that time may have already expired. That's also very important, especially if you're in the insurance industry or you're doing any long-term contracts, that both the timestamp and the LTV is enabled within the digital signature. Right, so lastly today, I'm going to show you a little bit about the SigniFlow solution itself, how easy it is to send a document out for signature, how to manage your documents, how to track your documents. This is a very large enterprise type of system. It takes maybe an hour to do the full demonstration of the system. So if you are interested in a full demonstration, please just let us know, and either ourselves or GlobalSign will take you through the solution in a separate meeting where we can show you the full functionality of the solution itself. I'm already logged into my hybrid server. I can log in via my Microsoft Azure Active Directory or Windows Active Directory, or whatever authentication your organization sets for you to log in. Doing single sign-on or just straightforward logging into the application from the web. And you can do this on any device. It works perfectly fine on any Android, any Apple device, and it doesn't matter the size of the screen. So whether it is a small handheld device or an iPad or a laptop, it really doesn't matter. The system is fully responsive and you don't have to install any apps on the system format to make it work. Not to sign documents, and certainly also not to create document workflows. Right, so you are presented with a dashboard. The dashboard will tell you how many documents are waiting for you to be signed, how many documents are circulating or you're waiting for others to sign. You've got your cancelled workflows, expired, rejected, completed workflows, what is in draft, documents that has been shared with me, portfolios. Portfolios are a very important part of SigniFlow, and we can explore the usage of that within your business, because you can use portfolios either to store documents in a folder system or in an envelope system, or to send multiple documents in one portfolio. So if you've got multiple documents that the customer needs to sign, you can send one portfolio containing all of those documents like an envelope would. The advantage of the portfolios is that we can also share that portfolio with someone to contribute documents to. So I'm going to quickly show you how that looks and how that works as well. If we look at, for instance, on the circulating documents, these are documents that I'm waiting for others to sign. So I can immediately track by clicking on the little green plus sign, I can see exactly who initiated the document, who viewed the document, and who still needs to sign the document. I can remind the user from here, I can open the workflow, I can download the document, or I can download an extended history of the document log. Right, so let's go look at forms. The system comes standard with a forms builder. So these are forms that you can very easily and quickly create for your company to automate internal processes. You can then go into each one of these fields and you can set it up to replicate however the forms look that you are already using in your organization. A good example of this, for instance, would be a leave form. So I'm going to search for my leave form. I'm opening my leave form and I can now apply for my leave. Put in my name, I can my department, etc. Fill in all the information, even add attachments to it. And this document is then set up for me to sign as an employee, as my manager and my human resource manager. And by submitting this, I can apply further templates to the document as to who needs to sign where on the document. So the form builder is a very handy tool. We've also got search functions if you need to search and get hold of your documents through different search criteria. We've got the business profile. The business profile is where all the settings and the administration settings would be for the business as a whole. How we want users to sign, what we want our documents to look like, what security information sits within our documents, what SMS providers we use. All of that information can be set up then within your business profile by your business administrator. Right, the My Profile section. This is where my certificate details will lie, but it's also where my signature details will lie. So I can either upload a nicely scanned signature so that the document looks signed when I sign it with my digital signature, or I can draw a signature. So I can actually just draw a signature, save it, and the tool is actually quite intuitive. It will help you if you've got shaky hands. It will help you to make it nice and smooth so you can upload your signature. This page is also very similar when you come in for the first time to sign a document, where you save then either a font signature or a scanned signature, or you can even use one of the capturing devices like a Wacom signature pad in order for you to capture the signature for the first time. Once you've done that, you never have to do it again. You only set up your signature once, and from there forward, you only click on documents to sign them. There are additional software that comes free with SigniFlow, like the SigniFlow plugin for Microsoft Word, Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft SharePoint, etc. These are all software packages that can be downloaded and installed with the SigniFlow system. So in order to show you what a portfolio looks like, I can open up an HR or a human resources portfolio. You'll see that within the portfolio itself, it's got its own audit trail, and I can open this portfolio and you will see that it is multiple documents by one person. So this could be a customer, it could be an employee, however you want to use portfolios. And I can share this portfolio with anyone in the world, and I can ask them to contribute to my portfolio, meaning then that the people who has got contribution rights to the portfolio can at any time upload documents into the portfolio. They can upload documents when they sign, or they can upload documents at any time into the portfolio, and I will receive notification. So the portfolio is also a very powerful portal where documents can be uploaded, and it's fully encrypted. So all the documents and the transmission between the user's device and your portfolio is a fully encrypted system. Okay, so let's quickly go look at setting up a quick workflow. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my document templates that I already have. There are different functionalities on the screen within our advanced setup, which you can add these to portfolios and ask users to upload additional documents. You can rename the documents, set the dates, auto expire these workflows. There's a lot of different advanced settings. For today, I'm just going to skip those settings and just quickly set up a very simple workflow. So within this, I'm going to add myself as the first signer of the document. And then I'm going to add a person that is not working for our organization, Joe Soap, which you can see it's on a different domain. So I'm going to add Joe Soap as a second signer to the document. We also cater for group signing or parallel workflow, face-to-face signing, viewers to the document, and then also approvers to the workflow. The document preparation tool is where you tell the document what needs to happen. So if I do this for the first time, I'm going to need to basically go and tell this document where it needs to be signed by clicking on the person's name and then clicking on the signature placing and then adding a signature placing for that specific person. But to save time, and because I use this document a lot, I'm just going to quickly show you how easy it is to apply a template to this document for the user to fill in. So we'll see that there's different tick boxes here, grouped tick boxes, drop down menu, company name that needs to be filled in with a mandatory text field, registration number, mandatory text field. I've got all of these HTML features that I can add. And if I've made a mistake, I simply just delete it and I put in a new field. Right. If I go to page 2, you'll see it's already set up then for Joe Soap to sign the document. So in this scenario, I'm going to be signing the document first, followed by Joe Soap that will be signing it second. And the signing interface and the signing functionality is the same as what you've seen when Chloe signs this. This is the Easy Sign interface. It will give the user some instruction as to what to do. And then after that, the user can very quickly fill in the document that he needs to sign for you. Do different things from the drop-down menu, choose home insurance, fill in company names, registration number, and because my signature is already set up, I can just click the button and sign. And as you can see, I cannot sign in the wrong place. Once I click on the sign button, it will fetch the timestamp. It will embed the timestamp in my digital signature, and the document will look exactly like the one that I've shown you earlier that was signed with all the Adobe Trust indicators. Okay, that is all we have time for in this webinar today. If there are any additional questions that you may have, you're welcome to post it on the chat or to get into contact with GlobalSign Singapore, or then get into contact with the SigniFlow Asia Pacific offices, and we will more than gladly take you through more features and more advantages of installing the SigniFlow system. And especially now in Singapore, we're very excited to get the SingPass up and running. And if that is one of your requirements, we welcome you to run the projects with us. So thank you very much for attending. I'm going to be handing back to Chloe that's just going to do a quick close off for us, and hope to see all of you soon.
All right, thank you so much, Leon. That was really insightful. Okay, so to wrap this up in a summary, all right, so SingPass provides a more secure login since it has already verified your identity, and know the importance of digital signatures, the advantages of them, the benefits, and then of course take advantage of them. And also SigniFlow, they actually provide a very well-rounded solution for all your signatory needs. So do check them out, all right? And thank you. We have come to the end of the session, and I would very much like to let you have a hands-on experience with the SingPass integration on SigniFlow's platform. So if you would just go down to the description box below, there will be a link. Click on the link and they will direct you to a web page where you can actually sign up for a trial account to try it out. All right. Thank you so much for all your attention, and have a good day ahead. Thank you and goodbye.